Hello and welcome to Investment Vitals. In this video, I will be showing how I am proceeding in the step by step manner in the FTX claim case in US proceeding, which is being taken care by Kroll. This is the voting which is required. The deadline for this voting is by 16th of August, 4 p.m. is prevailing Eastern Standard Time. Now, in this context, you might have received an email which looks something like this on around 11th of July 2024. This email would have come from Kroll.com. You can see the email being FTX noticing at ra.kroll.com. Given the number of spoof emails floating around in this context, be careful of the domain from which you would have received email to be of have to have some comfort in terms of clicking on the right links. The email that you have to trust on would have come from kroll.com domain. With that out of the way, in this email you would have received, they would have captured your name, that is a claimant name, and the claimant's unique FTX crawl e-ballot portal login details. Now, when there's a link given on this website, which is the similar one that we used for filing our claim also earlier, which is https claims.ftx.com, which will lead you to this website here, that is claims.ftx.com stroke welcome. Now be careful on the link that you are proceeding. Before you put in any of your credential details, ensure that you're on the right domain. The domain should end with ftx.com and the full link would be claims.ftx.com. Now be careful on this part. Before I proceed, a couple of things. Nothing contained in this video or on my channel is legal or financial advice. That's a disclaimer that you should know of already. With that right out of the way, let me proceed. Now this voting for the US proceeding in the FTX claim case would only be applicable to those who had filed their proof of claim on or before the deadline on this particular website. Subscribers of this channel would have definitely done that because we covered it in details, including a step-by-step video. Now, let's move ahead with the process on this website. When it's there are steps given, you can read through all this detail on the website. I would strongly recommend you read through it, but I for this process of this video I would not be. I'm going down, scrolling down. At the bottom of the page, you would see this drop-down option where you have to select the portal that you used to use. For example, ftx.com for most international customers and ftx.us for residents and citizens of US. In my case, it is going to be ftx.com. When I click on this and proceed with get started, it will take me to the page where I have to enter my email ID and the password. I'll be hiding this because of the confidentiality reason, but this is the email and password where you put in your email and password that you have created for this portal. If you do not recall, use the forgot password option in. Otherwise, your account might get locked. I do not know about the process of account getting locked and unlocking process thereof in this ftx.com portal. The similar process was a little more cumbersome for the Bahamas proceeding. So I would rather say be careful, and if you are not sure, then rather go in for the forgot password option. Yeah. When you once you put in your username and password, you will receive. Sorry, I think I put it in wrong. Bear with me. Once you, I think I put it wrong twice. Careful. Yeah, when you put in the username and password, hopefully it is right. Yeah, this time it is right. I'll receive an OTP on my registered email, the email through which you have registered on FTX portal. Once I put that in, just a second, bear with me. Yeah, I got the code. I'll be typing in the code, and as I type in the code, I will be directed to the page where I will be where I can proceed with my voting process. Yes, on this, I have to click on confirm email, and I'll be receiving this email on the registered ID to confirm. And so once I click on the link, I'll proceed into the website directly. Now I'll be disconnecting this video. I will stopping this, pausing this video for now because I have to log into the email that I've used. I'll get back to you in a short while with continuing with the video once I've logged in. Once I click on the email that arrives, the link for proceeding with the process, this is the screen I land on. On the left side of the screen, I can see step 1 to 5 are marked checked in green, which means everything till this stage has been fine. If there's anything of this missing, you might want to go and rectify that. The step-by-step video in FTX claim might be help with the rectification in point number 1 to 5. For the purpose of this video, we'll be looking at step number 6. If I scroll down a little bit, we can see I can see proceed to crawl voting. There's also detail of the claim amount towards the bottom of this page, but I'm not going to scroll down because that is not of pertinence for this particular video. So when I click on this blue button here at the bottom of the screen, it takes me to this page in which I can see my FTX detail, which includes FTX email, my FTX account ID, and the unique ID. Below this is plan class, in which there's a claim ID, there's columns for claim ID, scheduled number, e-ballot ID, plan class, and that is toward the middle of the page. There's a blue link which says click here to submit your ballot for this plan class. At the bottom of the page is also additional information that you can read through if you want to, but for this purpose of this video, I'm not going to go through this. I'll be clicking on in the middle portion of this page. Click here to submit your ballot for this plan class. I'll click on this to proceed further with the process. Now, as soon as I click on this, I land on this page wherein I see FTX account information. Nothing to be done on this, and there's an introduction. You can read through this if you want to, but nothing to be submitted on this. So I'll scroll to uh, item number one again. Would take me to the Bahamas opt-in. Now this is a point where you have to take a decision. There's an action required on this. For those people who are certain that they want to participate in the Bahamas process, there is a checkbox towards the middle of the page, which is here in bold. You can see this check mark. If you are sure you want to move to the Bahamas process, you have to tick this button. If check this, take this button. If you take this button, it means you are opting out of FTX US proceeding and moving to FTX Bahamas proceeding. If you are certain, then click on this button because this will help Kroll to share some of your details, including your KYC detail. They can do the Bahamas process to make things easier. Now, things will evolve as it goes forward. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to check this. I'm going to keep it unchecked because for the purpose of this video, I'll be staying with the US process. Once I've unchecked this button, it was unchecked by default. I'm making sure it's not checked. Then there's item number two, which is not of much significance, but if you want, you can read through this. Item number three is an amount that is a page that requires your attention. Towards the bottom of this page, you can see the relevant balance amount, which shows the scheduled amount and the voting amount. Ideally speaking, these numbers should be equal or at least similar to each other. Scheduled amount is the amount that has been listed by FTX as the amount payable to you, and the voting amount is your weightage in the vote. For example, somebody has $1 million worth of claim will have proportionate to $1 million of voting power, and the person having say 10,000 US dollars will have proportionate of 10,000 voting power. Uh, we can check this. It should ideally be okay, similar, and this would tally with the stipulated amount in item number four. Uh, if everything is fine, which I believe would be for most people watching this video, we can move to step number five. There's a guideline which is mentioned in Annexure A, but there's no actionable here, so I'll skip this part and move to point number six. Again, just like so, till now, only Bahamas opt-in. That was one part that requires your action, and then right now, item number six, which is the convenience class claim. Now, convenience class claim implies that people with exposure of or claim up to $50,000 would be paid faster, and they will be paid as per the as was discussed in my previous video. The current estimate is that they will be paid 190% of the claim amount being determined as per your holding as on the date of bankruptcy, which is significantly lesser than today's value. If you want to know the details, you can refer to the previous video I made on this topic. But as long as your claim amount, the entitled claim amount is up to 50,000 US dollars, then you would be automatically considered as convenience class, which means 119% payment in a faster matter. Those who have exposure of more than 50,000 US dollars are outside of the convenience class by default, unless they choose to be part of the convenience class. Now, what does that mean? It is expected, as was discussed in my previous video, that the claim amount for those who are outside of the convenience class is likely to be higher than those of convenience class, around estimated at around 127% of the claim amount. Now, what it implies is that if you are, but this will take much longer, could take years as well. If you are willing to wait for longer time for your higher claim amount, then you should ideally not be clicking on the convenience class. Otherwise, if you have exposure very close to 50,000 US dollars, let's say 50,500 or 51,000 US dollars, etc., then you might want, and if you want your money faster, then you can click at the button here which says accept convenience class election here. Uh, if your amount is very close, slightly above 50,000 US dollars, it might make some sense for clicking this button if you want the money fast so that you can deploy and make more and maybe gain more money through investments. But it's your choice purely. Now, that is a decision point you have to make if you are if your exposure or claim amount is more than 50,000 US dollars. Now, one question that comes in was that what is this 50,000 inclusive or excluding the interest component? So, 119 percent that I mentioned includes 100% of the claim amount and 19% of interest. I attended one of the con calls with the PwC, who are the liquidators for the Bahamas process, and they had mentioned in there that the interest component is outside of the 50,000. So if you have say 49,900 99 US dollars of claim, and then let's assume 2,000 US dollars of the interest component, then you will still be considered as a part of convenience class. This is what they're told over. This is what I remember having heard over the con call. But this is my understanding. You might want to recheck with Krolls or the Bahamas PwC if you wish to. Now, this is one of the decision points you have to make. Then you can move to point number seven, which is plan to vote for the plan. Now, I accept the plan. Most people watching this video, I believe, would be interested in accepting the plan. It's your decision. You make your own choices. I am click for this purpose of the video. I'm clicking on accept the plan because rejecting the plan would imply that more people reject the plan. It will take longer in the court proceeding to move ahead. So for this purpose, and I am accepting the plan. Point number eight is third party releases. What it implies is there are certain, apart from FTX, the direct claimant, there are certain third parties who can be sued for in this particular case. If you check check this button, by default, the proposal is to release many of these third parties from a claim. For example, lawyers. Many people might have saying that lawyers have overcharged or not done their duty well enough and might seek a claim. That is a possibility if you do not opt out of third party release. The default option is to be part of the third party release. However, if you believe that through third party release you might benefit a little more, for example, if third party being dragged into the court can increase your recovery amount or anything of that sort is your thought process, then you would want to check this so that you do not release the third party. It is your discussion, it's your decision. The implication could also be that by checking this button, if third parties are included in the case, the case could get prolonged, and hence the returning of the money could take longer. Purely your decision. For the purpose of this video, I am checking this box, which implying thereby that I am not releasing the third party, which implies that in case there is a favorable verdict upon the third party, there is a possibility that the claim amount for FTX voters might increase. It's your purely your decision, and then we move to item number nine, which is certification. We can read through this. We can certify whatever is written here. I'm not going through this in detail, and then we come to the bottom part of last part of this. Now, for this purpose of the video, you have to type in your name, which is in my case Investment Vitals, and then you can use a cursor to sign off Investment Vitals. Yeah, I'm just saying you have to make the signature that you had made while opening the account. Be careful of that. This is just demonstrations. I'm putting something random, but yeah. So now I'll put the real details of mine. I'll put my name, and I will be signing off using the cursor or the stylus, whatever you have. Quickly before I move, give me a second for this. As I sign my name here for semantic purposes. Yeah, once you have signed, oh, I can't believe my signature is so bad, especially with the cursor. Yeah. Okay. Once you have signed, the signatory name, if it is other than the holder, so on and so forth, I don't have to bother about all those. Your email ID is mandatory, so I'll be putting across my email ID. Here it is investment vitals at whatever.com. But I'll now hide and put my real email ID. Phone number is not mandatory. Nothing else is mandatory, so we can move. Last part is annexure 5, which is dot com customer entitlement claim. You can scroll down, read through this. Nothing of pertinence, and eventually it's the submission information. It says that when you click submit, you will receive an email from no reply.efiling at ra.crawl.com. Please add this email, etc., etc. Nothing to be done from our side on this. I will click submit now here, and that will complete the process for me. Yes, it says e-ballot submitted, return to the e-ballot landing page. When I click on e-ballot landing page, it'll take me to the home page. Yes, e-ballot landing page is here now. Now, if I reload this FTX claim voting website, ideally I should see the green check mark. It's not check mark yet. Yes, it shows submission date is 14th of August 2024. So the vote has been submitted, and I can see step number 6 voting also with a green check mark. So this completes the process. It is not as simple. The Bahamas process is clearly much simpler than this. The US process had too many steps in this. Many third party There's third party release, convenience clause drop in, so on and so forth. Too many A lot of complications in this one, but still not extremely complicated, but definitely not even close to being the simplicity of the Bahamas process. Nonetheless, I hope you find this video useful. A lot of time and effort has gone into making this. If you like this video and you found it useful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on any information or important action point. Share the video with your friends and family who might benefit out of this video. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, write in the comment section so that it can help everybody watching this video or the channel. And if it is a question, I'll try to come back to you on that to the best of my ability. With that, thank you soon, and I'll see you soon. And I hope you get the money. You and I get the money fast, money back quickly. See you. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.